It's just too fancy. That was literally what my mother told me. But before I get into that, I'm super excited because if you don't know who I am, my name is Tina from Content Creators Club. I help creators like you add leads and revenue to your business without relying on social media. And whether it's fancy or not, I'm super excited to walk you through what really like anti-social media lead gen strategies did for me, did for my life, but more importantly, what can be done for you. And so with that being said, let's go ahead and get into today's training or video or newsletter. Anyways, so we'll leave in the dark. That's literally the words I told my mom when we were in Thailand. And I'm super excited because I was taking to her a special surprise for something that I really wanted to celebrate with her, but I also really want to show her. And so she grew nervous because like she's that like Asian mother who's like, where are we going? What are we doing? Always like planning, always thinking about the next steps. But surprises is not her fun spot. So it was really nice to surprise her because I really want to think back to how things were so different back in 2008. Like, if anyone remembers, like, the financial crisis in 2008, like, it's a weird time. And the fact that, like, 16 years later, we're in a definitely different time. I would say maybe a little bit of weird time as well. Like, things have changed, right? But back in '08, my mom lost her job. My dad's business struggled. And honestly, it was a really tough time. Not only for my family, but for my friends' family, for the people surrounding me. Like, shit really hit the fan and it really sucked. And I'm super grateful that, while everybody was losing their houses, like we didn't lose our house. Like I'm so grateful for it. We could have, but we didn't. But at the time, I was 9 years old and I am the eldest in my family. And I kind of felt like something happened in '08. I couldn't exactly put my finger on it. And it was until like years later that I actually asked the question, like, what the hell actually happened? And I understood, but I knew that something was big happening in 2008, and 9-year-old me just didn't understand, but just knew that things were different, right? Things were harder than I actually ever thought. When I look in the, hinds and like back in the past or whatever, but when you're 9 years old, like nothing really matters. Like the only thing that really matters is like your mom, you have a house, and all those basic necessities, right? And I do remember during that time period, there was like this rotating dollar menu at McDonald's. Like, I don't know if anyone remember the dollar menu at McDonald's, but like it was the best thing that came out during that one time, during that whole financial crisis. Like, the dollar menu is literally what got me and my family through it. And so it was a special treat that my mom treated us out to on our way to school. And, when you're a kid, you don't really care what you eat. I'm not a picky eater. And it was the one thing I look forward to every single day. And, I didn't really care because I had my dollar McChicken, it fed my belly, and I collected my 30-minute late pass every day at school. Like, literally, like, I don't remember there being a time often in school, in elementary school, where I actually showed up on time because I was always late, but at least I had a bag at McDonald's, right? And so that's just what I remember. I just remember the good points. But I also remember, when I talked to my mom about this, like it was a different situation for her, right? Because she ended up taking a job that was the same amount of money that she made after she graduated college. Except at that point, she was in her 40s and she had 3 kids to feed. And it was insulting. But at the end of the day, like by the grace of God, like I'm so thankful for my mother because she put food on the table. She put my chickens in my belly, and we really got out of those hard times. And so, after, many years, we grew out of those hard times. And, you know, I really wanted to take a moment to celebrate. This was back last year when I did a month-long trip in Asia and I took my mom with me. And so I had the opportunity to feed her at a Michelin star restaurant. If you're not familiar with Michelin stars, think of it as like a really high-end restaurant that wins a lot of awards. If you don't know, I'm a foodie on the back end. So like this was a really exciting moment for her and it was a really exciting moment for me. Honestly, when I think about it, I kind of cry a little bit because it was a very proud moment. And I couldn't not help but just laugh because her response was like it was way too fancy. But it was worth it, right? Because it was worth it because the way that I was able to get to that point was a celebration in itself because at that point in time I had consistent leads from collaboration strategies that were working. I had a monetization funnel in place so that when I'm outsourcing, automating my lead gen through collaborations, like I was able to put people through that monetization funnel, collect cash at every single step, and I had everything working in the background while I actually allowed myself to be fully present enjoying our meal together. Now, one thing about Michelin stars is that yes, you may have a couple courses, but they are tiny portions. And even though these are tiny, I can tell you they were tasting amazing. And so growing a profitable business starts with getting consistent leads, and consistent leads can be accomplished when you actually map your collab year. When you map your year in such a way where you think to yourself, like, okay, I know I'm going to get X amount of leads by this time because I'm leveraging these strategies. And that is a good position to be in because you are forecasting your leads, but you're also forecasting your revenue. It kind of gives some element of confidence where you're like, holy shit, like, I know what I'm doing. And if that is like very a proud thing to say, like where you can say like I know what I'm doing. Not many people in business know what they're doing. So the fact that like you have something that you can say I know what I'm doing, that's going to be really helpful. And so the map your collab year makes it helpful for you. And so when you join today, I'll also throw in this bonus where you can get an async Q&A ask me anything submission, where basically after you join, I'll share more information and details. I'll give you a deadline on when to submit your questions, and then I'll email you my answer if you have any questions. And from there, we'll go from there. But the workshop link to grab this for $100, literally flat fee, that's it. So excited and so worth it in my opinion, no brainer, expires in 2 days, and I'm not sure when I'm going to be doing something like this again, so I highly recommend you grab it while you can. So with that being said, I'll see you in the next video. This is Tina, who grew from dollar make chickens to now a profitable content business. Anyways, I'll see you in the next video. Bye.